Hello singers. I've gone all out and stood up today for our warm-up. So if you would like to stand up, please do. It's much easier for me to do the songs from sitting down, but I think I've decided that I need to get you moving over the winter, and it's much nicer to do a warm-up, and you can remember, what it's like to stand in the room and do our warm-ups together. Of course, if you're having a sore day or a tired day or a body not working as you would like it to day, sit down, lie down, do what you need to do. All of these warm-ups will be adaptable for non-standing positions. So I'm just having a loose swing of my arms here, and obviously if you're sitting, you just have to be careful of the arms of the chairs that you've got, and maybe just have a little shugle like that instead. Is maybe a bit easier if you're sitting. If you're able to swing your arms forward and backward without boshing your hand, then you can do that. And we're going to stretch all the way up. Big old yawn. Ooh. Now just give your toes a wriggle. I know you can't see mine, but I'm wriggling them just like that. It's not as impressive looking as that. Imagine if your toes could wriggle quite that elaborately. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Wriggle, 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 and just a wee stamp. Again, you can do all of this from sitting down. If you're sitting down, wriggle your bum as well. Well, if you're standing up, wriggle your bum as well, why not? But it's more important if you're sitting, because that's your sort of centre of gravity. So if you're standing, stomp your feet. If you're sitting, wriggle of your bum. Okay, and what we're going to do is just go slightly off balance. Not so far off balance that we fall down. So either from your feet or from your bum. Just going slightly, this is making me feel slightly seasick looking at this camera. I hope it's not doing the same to you. I suppose it's an incentive to follow me, isn't it? Follow me. I'm not trying to hypnotise you. That's it. And then we're just going to go slightly forward. Again, just a tiny bit. If it's millimetres, that's okay. And tiny bit back. Harder if you're standing up. That's it. And it's just to let your body do a slight range of movement that it doesn't usually do. So we're going to draw a circle with our heads, either from your bum if you're sitting or from your feet if you're standing. So if you're standing, try not to bend from the waist. Try to let that go all around the outside of your foot, across your toes, along the outside of your foot and along your heels without falling down. That's it, that was a sort of balance challenge for today that I wasn't planning to do. There we go, have a little shake. I'm going to push the air out like this. That's just a sort of soft sound. Lovely, and then we're going to go shh, 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 shh. So we've got 3 short shs this time. 3 short shs. We couldn't turn that into a tongue twister, couldn't we? Shh, shh, shh. And again. Shh, shh, shh. And then a s, just like a snake, just a single S this time. We'll do 4 S's. S, 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 s. And then a long one. One more. Great. And then just like we're revving a motorbike, in fact, if you're standing, pretend to straddle your motorbike, because that puts you in puts your sit bone lower in an interesting position for singing. And if you're sitting, imagine you're sitting on a motorbike. Yeah, you might want to just bring your knees slightly further apart so you feel that slightly wide sitting position. And we're going to rev the engine like this. I'm rolling my R there. If it's easier to go with your lips, then try that. And of course we can go slightly off balance again. Just have a little rest. Bring your feet back together. We're going to breathe in and let your shoulders go. Sorry, I realise I've just gone into shadow. I've got a light bulb that comes on and off. I'm afraid it might come back again. Breathing in and letting it go. And again, one more. Just lift them up and let them go. Lovely. Now we're just going to stretch up one arm, not wildly over the top, just a little stretch up so you can breathe into this side rib. And if you've got sore shoulders, then just maybe bring your arm across. It's just so that you can sort of put your hand on the other shoulder if it's a bit easier and just slightly lean to one side. It's just anything to feel a slight stretch here. You get a sort of a longer stretch, I should say, if you're able to put your arm up. But if you've got sore shoulders or disobedient arms today, then you can do it a different way. But you're just really breathing into the side of your ribs here. And then I'm going to give you a multitask challenge, which is to wriggle your toes at the same time. Okay, I'm going to stretch up the other side. Again, if you need to do this with your shoulder, just do. But anything to feel a little bit of a stretch along here, and then just breathe into your side ribs. Keep on breathing. One more. Lovely. Have a little shake of everything. Since you're standing, some of you, let's just have a totally big arm swing. And just let that go. Probably easier if you're sitting, just to let your shoulders go so you don't bosh your hands over everything, but it's just to get a little bit of movement in there. And as I say, if you're standing, you can let your arms totally go, flip flop, and then just notice your breathing. Check you're not holding your breath, the old classic. That's it. And then we're just going to have a big yawn. And just enjoy that little yawn, little stretch. Lovely. I'm not going to make you do anything wildly elaborate just because we're standing up this week, but I think I will do standing warm-ups over the winter just to keep us in motion. But let's try a little tongue twister now. So sit down if you want to, stand up if you want to, obviously lie down if that's what you need and want today. So I was in a fancy canoe last week on the footage, but this week I'm just here on my sofa, so I'll have to pretend it's a canoe. I should maybe get a cardboard box and do what I do with my niece and nephews and pretend we're going on a great adventure. But I don't have a cardboard box big enough for me. I'm all adult sized now. What are you going to do, eh? But I thought we'd sing it because you can sing it as a round, and obviously when I was in the boat I could only sing the one part. So it goes, and this is Canadian, this one. My paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver, swift as the wild goose flight, dip, dip and swing. So it's my paddle's keen and bright. Try that. My paddle's keen and bright. And again, my paddle's keen and bright. We're paddling here, just in case you think I've gone funny. My paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver. My paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver. And again, my paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver. Swift as the wild goose flight, also very topical. Swift as the wild goose flight. Again, swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing. Dip, dip and swing, swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing. Again, swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing. My paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver. Swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing, not spring. My paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver. Swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing. My paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver, swift as the wild goose flight, dip, dip and swing. Now we've got a couple of extra lines, but it's nearly the same thing again. It's dip, dip and swing them back, flashing. So it's just that first line that's different. Dip, dip and swing them back. There's a few slightly different versions of this, so if you know a different one, feel free to sing that one instead. Dip, dip and swing them back. Dip, dip and swing them back. Again. Dip, dip and swing them back, flashing like silver, swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing. Should we do that one again? Dip, dip and swing them back. Dip, dip and swing them back, flashing like silver, swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing from the top, and the first one is My Paddle's Keen and Bright. There we go. If I can remember it, you've got half a chance, haven't you? My paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver, swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing, dip, dip. Dip, dip and swing them back, flashing like silver, swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing. Should we try it in 2 parts? Let's do it. My paddle's keen and bright, flashing like silver, 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 my paddle's like silver, my paddle's like silver, my paddle's like silver, my paddle's like silver. Splashes like silver, splashes like silver, splashes like silver, splashes like silver, my pads like silver, my pads like silver, my pads like silver, my pads like silver, splashes like silver, splashes like silver, splashes like silver, splashes like silver, my pads like silver, my pads like silver, splashes 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 like silver, swift as the wild goose flight. Dip, dip and swing, dip, dip and swing. Dip, dip and swing, dip, dip and swing, dip, dip and swing. Now, I'm afraid I've not got Alan to help me with the German. I've not got Anne to help me with the German. So if I've slightly mispronounced any of this, my apologies to you, and we'll correct it once we're back together again. But what we've got is Guten Abend, Gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedacht. Shall we say that together? Guten Abend, Gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedacht, mit Rosen. It's a sort of a very round Rosen bedacht, mit Naglein besteckt, schlupf unter die Deck, schlupf unter die Deck. Morgen früh, and I remember Anne telling us we had to be very, very pouty. Morgen früh, wenn Gott will, wirst du wieder geweckt. Morgen früh, wenn Gott will, wirst du wieder geweckt. Okay. How was that? Should we just try singing it? I'll just take it a little bit slower. Guten Abend, gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedacht, mit Näglein besteckt, schlüpf unter die Deck. Now we're going to do that first half again. Guten Abend, gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedacht, mit Näglein besteckt, schlupf unter die Deck. I'm going to do that once more. Guten Abend, gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedacht, mit Let's just try then. Let's try a la, a German, and another la, so that if that German's just feeling a bit much for your brains, whatever day you're watching this, that you can still just la it away. La verse, German verse, la verse, and try not to fall asleep. I know it's a very good lullaby. Wake up. Well, having asked a couple of weeks ago for you to send in when your birthdays were, I have forgotten the first birthday. So apologies, Vicky. Happy birthday, and let us serenade you. We wish you a very happy birthday, a joyful and celebrated birthday to our dear Vicky. We wish you a happy day with lots of singing. Now, you remember this is a round, so if I sing it, you can either sing it with me or you can start again at this point. We wish you a very happy birthday. We wish. So your challenge is to do that. Sing it in the round with me. We wish you a very happy birthday, a joyful and celebrated birthday to our dear Vicky. We wish you a happy day with lots of singing. We wish you a very happy birthday, a joyful and celebrated birthday to our dear Vicky. We wish you a happy day with lots of singing. And I was also thinking, because you sung Lean On Me last week, celebrating Vicky and Lou's move to Next Door Neighbours. But then I remembered too late that beautiful song that we have sung before, which is This Is Home. And I thought actually it'd be lovely for all of us at the moment, because the words are, this is home where I belong, in this breath, in this heart. This is home where I belong, in this voice, in this song. So very much one for the, for a time that we can't sing together, to feel actually, this is the bit that is home. It's not being constricted to four walls or a small area around you. It's this resonating body here. So I just thought that might be a nice one to revisit. If we just do two parts, I think we've done 3 or 4 before, but let's just do 2 to get us started. So the tune is This is home where I belong. Let's try that. This is home where I belong, in this breath, in this breath, in this heart. So it's in this breath, in this heart, in this breath, in this heart. This is home. This is home, where I belong. In this breath, in this heart. Once more. This is home, where I belong. In this breath, in this heart. Now we've got this is home again. This is home, where I belong. In this voice, in this voice, in this song. In this song. So it's just that ending that's a wee bit different. In this song. Just do that. In this song. So let's do the second. This is home, where I belong. In this voice, in this song. This is home, where I belong. Voice. In this voice. Song. In this song. From the top. This is home, where I belong. In this breath, in this heart. This is home, where I belong. Voice. In this voice. Song. In this song. Okay, so if that's the tune, it's sung by the lower voices, but if you want to try a wee harmony, it's not ridiculously high. It goes like this. This is home, where I belong. Try that. This is home, where I belong. In this breath, in this heart. So heart stays up. In this breath, in this heart. From the top. This is home, where I belong. In this breath, in this heart. This is home, where I belong. So that belong is different. The second belong is different to the first belong if you're singing the harmony. This is home, where I belong. In this voice, in this song. Let's do that second half again. This is home. This is home, where I belong. In this voice, in this song. Great. So what I'll do is I'll sing that in two parts, and you can, of course, join in on either one you like. And if you find yourself singing something else, you're either making something up, which I'm fully in support of, or you're remembering a harmony you've sung before, which is also very groovy. So I'll sing the low part the tune wants through, and then we'll add the harmony the second time. That's the tune low part. This is home, where I belong. In this breath, in this heart. This is home, where I belong. In this voice, in this song. This is home, where I belong. In this breath, in this heart. This is home, where I belong. In this voice, in this song. This is home, where I belong. It's one of those songs that you need a good sigh at the end of, isn't it? Just a sighing back into your body. Well, I was shelling my sunflower seeds last week, so I wrote you a little sunflower song. I thought we should try that in glorious harmony. So I'll just remind you, it goes, sunflower so tall. Try that, sunflower so tall. Sunflower so tall. You tower over all the other flowers. You tower over all the other flowers. You tower over all the other flowers, sunflower so tall. You tower over all the other flowers, sunflower so tall. You tower over all the other flowers, sunflower so tall. You tower over all the other flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a recording of that in its parts. You can sing along with it, or you can add something of your own sunflowery nature. And I'm going to put some pictures up of some sunflowers that I grew this year. So enjoy. Sunflower so tall, you tower over all the other flowers. Sunflower so tall, sunflower so tall, you tower over all, you tower over all. Sunflower so tall, sunflower so tall, sunflower so tall, you tower so tall, you tower so tall, you tower so tall, you tower so tall. You tower so tall, 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 you tower so tall. Sunflower so tall, you tower so tall, you tower over all. Sunflower so tall, sunflower so tall, sunflower so tall, you tower over all, you tower over all. Sunflower so tall, sunflower so tall. Okay, well last week I did promise you a groovy 3-part vocal version of California Dreaming. So here we go. I'm going to remind you of each of the 3 of the parts, and if you find yourself when I put them together singing a mixture of the 3 of them, it's all good. So the tune goes like this. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. Let's try that half. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. I'm going to go back to the beginning. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. So you just need to remember, on such a winter's day, if you're singing the tune. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Okay, let's just do that once more. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Now Now the other two parts are echoes, so we've got low echo and high echo. So let's try the low echo. So you'll hear, all the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. Your tricky bit is just remembering which ones dip down and come up and which ones dip down and stay. So just try and notice that. Let's sing that again. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. Once more. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA, California, dreaming on such a winter's day. That's just mildly exciting. On such a winter's day. Because you get a little clash on that day and then you ease the tension. On such a winter's day. Should we try the whole of the low part again? All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I've been safe and warm if I was in LA, California, dreaming on such a winter's day. Then of course we've got the high echo, so again you'll hear all the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. Let's try that again. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA, California, dreaming on such a winter's day. So you get the fancy high note. Let's try that from the beginning, just the high echo. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA, California, dreaming on such a winter's day. Okay, we're going to do it. Let's just do that verse this week and put it together and I'll... Oh, no, maybe not. Okay, we're just going to do verse 1 this week because there's a fancy do section in the middle that we can do. It's still going to be autumn next week. So, verse 1, 3 parts. Are you ready? All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey, I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA, California, dreaming on such a winter's day. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey, I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA, California, dreaming on such a winter's day. Once more. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey, I've been for a I'd be safe and warm. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. If I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Okay, enjoy that. We'll put the do's in next week. Well, this is one of those songs that we started and never quite got all of the harmonies together in, so I'm going to take the opportunity on video to do that over the next few weeks. And it's the Partin Glass, and it's rather a beaut, sort of end of the night. If you can imagine being together and singing for a full evening with other people, this is a cheers and farewell at the end of it. So I think we can still make that cheers. If you're listening to this in the morning, maybe listen to this little bit in the evening. Have yourself a drink of your choice, and that'll do nicely. So it goes. Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. And all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. I just think it's lovely. It's lovelier in Glorious Harmony, but we're going to work up to that. I'm just going to teach you that tune this week. So take it a line at a time. Of all the money that e'er I spent, of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. I spent it in good company. And this has got high and low notes, so you're well covered whatever part you sing. Of all, let's take it from the top. Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. And again. Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. And all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. And all the harm that e'er I did, and all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. Alas, it was to none but me. From the top. Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. And all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. Once more, that's half of it. Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. And all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, and all I've done for want of wit, and all I've done for want of wit, again, and all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall, to memory now I can't recall, and all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. Once more, that's the sort of tricky bit. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass, so fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all. My parting glass is some glamorous turmeric tea. Oh, yes. Very good for the singing. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Should we try the lot? I'll stick the words up. It's a lot of words, isn't it? Of all, ready? Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. And all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Once more. Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. And all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. So consider that a parting glass this week, and I'll see you next week, and let's put a harmony in next week. That's where you really start to feel the fuzzies on that one. And have a lovely week, and I'll see you next time.